Hey guys, double wide 6 here. I got my Gravely up on the jack stands today, and this is a pretty common problem that you see with zero-turn tractors. I've seen it with my Exmark, my Husqvarna, I have a Toro. I see it on there where you get more wear on the inside of the tire than the out. So the only way to really fix this is to flip the tire on the rim. You can't just switch the tire to the other side of the tractor. So I'm going to be using hand tools today. It's a pretty good sized tire, and I'm going to see if I can change this thing myself. That should be the easy part. The next thing we want to do is pull the entire stem out of the tire, or the valve I should say. So we'll get the valve out. Let all the air out. As you can see, I'm working on my vise. Basically, this is underneath the rim. That's the front side of the vise. And then on the back side, I actually have the rim meeting with the vise. I have a pretty big vise, so I'm hoping that this will work. Well, we're going to try and break the bead here. I've got the valve up top, so hopefully we can get the tire to slide off. There we go. I'm gonna have to rotate the tire around and gradually work it, it looks like. But it did break loose right there. Eventually, once you get enough pressure on it, you'll see that the bead will break. So it broke loose now. I'm going to try and work it all the way around. Should pop right off here. And I have a surprise. This tire has a tube in it. It's going to make it a little more difficult. Must have been leaking for the previous owner. Now I need to break the bead on the other side. I'm going to try and spray some soapy water in here to help loosen up the bead a little bit, because this tire is really sealed. So a little soapy water might help. Alright, here's the second side of the bead. Wish me luck. Nope. The second side's not coming off. I'm going to try a little crowbar action. There we go. That worked nice. Alright, we're going to pop this thing out of here now. Just got to be a little careful because there's a tube in there. You don't want to damage it. Just doing a little bit at a time. And then once I get it, try and work it. Alright, that's one side. Now I'm going to get the tube out of there if I can. There we go. Now we'll just pop off the other side. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I made sure I rotated the tire the right way. Didn't put on the rim backwards like a dummy. So I'm soaping this up. And I'm also soaping up the rim a little bit. And we're going to take the rim, we're going to get one side in, and then we're going to work on the tube. So, well, that's where 16 years of soccer will get you. Now, we're going to put the tube on. So I pushed all the air out of the tube. Now I'm going to try and work this thing in here. I'll start out by getting the valve through. And then I guess I'll just push it in. I've never seen one of these tires with a tube. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, here's a tip for you. I don't want that to pull out, so I'm going to very lightly just clamp a vice grip on there and then flip over the tire so I can work the other side. So I got one side on, the other side getting ready to go. I'm going to soap it up. This is the hard part. This is the part I'm a little worried about, but I feel like I'm amenable. I can handle it. So we're going to try. Taking a vice grip, and I'm just going to clamp one side on here so it doesn't move. Nice and tight. And now I'm going to gradually try and work the tire on. Seems to be going all right. Just watching for that tube. And I'm trying not to take too much at once here. I'm just you can see it's sliding nice, and I think it's because of the soap. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Now, I have a tube in there, so I think that's going to blow up pretty nice and seal the bead. If you don't have a tube, you got to use a different method. Alright, so this is the tire with the tube, and I've put the valve stem back in, and we're going to try and blow it up, and we'll see if that tube will allow it to seat the bead. gonna leave that on there. Still hasn't seated it. Put a little more air in it. Still not seated. I'm gonna spray some soap on it. It's close. Really like 2 to 3 spots. I want to bounce it, but I don't want to with that vice grip on there. There it goes. Just sprayed it down, checking for leaks with soapy water, no bubbles, so we're looking good. Let's check the other side. Alright, if you have a tire that you don't have a tube for and the bead's not sealing, here's what you want to do. First of all, you want to remove the valve from the valve stem. Pull that out, and you want to soap up all the way around the tire on both sides to help it slide. And then what you're going to do is you can take a rope and wrap it around the tire and tighten up the tire, and then fill it with air and put the valve back in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a wheelbarrow video on my channel that will show you how to do this. And the other way to do it is to use ether. You could spray around 2 passes with ether and hit it with a lighter, and it should light up and force that tire out and right on the rim. Well, attempt 1, bead sealing. We see it on TV, let's see if it works. Say it works.